continue that. Good evening, everyone. We will begin the evening service of the Miroku Association headquarters, expressing our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for the permission and protection granted us, while participating today in God's divine plan of constructing a paradise on this earth. Let us pray together the Amatsu-Norito Prayer of Heaven, followed by the Miroku Prayer. Please stand. Taka ama arani kamsum arimasu. Kamuragi kamurami no mikoto mochite. Sumemi oya kamu izanagi no mikoto. Tsukushi no himuka no tachi hana no. Odo no ahagi harami. Isogi harai tamo utoki ni narimasu. Araido no okami tachi, moro moro no magakoto tsumi kegare o. Arai tamae kiyome tamae to mao sukoto no yoshi o. Amatsu kami kunitsu kami ya oyorozu no kami tachi tomoni ame no fuji koma no mimi furi tatete koshime seto kashikomi mu ausu Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Oshie mi oya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Oshie mi oya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Kanagara tamachi hae mase Kanagara tamachi hae mase Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truths given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei. God and Meishu-sama bless you. Johrei is now concluded, and we will now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings. A way to live. If we follow the right path with no selfish motive, true to cosmic law, God never fails to bless us abundantly. If we learn the meaning of the word moderation and apply it to everything, life in this world goes rather smoothly. Weak are those people who don't do wrong acts. They are lacking in self-control. The Japanese word hodo, meaning moderation, is an important concept, and it applies to everything in the world. Human beings are inclined to go to the extremes, such as doing too much on the one hand, not doing enough on the other, leaning too far to the right or too far to the left in thinking, feeling superior when rich, inferior when poor. The cause of failure in many cases seems to be this lack of balance. To apply this spiritually, We teach the importance of the Izunome principle or balance, which is the meeting point of the vertical and the horizontal, shoujo and daijo. Quite simply, it means moderation. Therefore, one of the most important things for us to keep in mind at all times is moderation. If we only live by the standard, everything will go well, I assure you. Moderation is indeed really important in our life. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for attending this evening service where we had the opportunity to pray for our ancestors, for our families, for our friends, for all those connected spiritually to each one of you. And especially we prayed for world peace, asking God and Meishu-sama to bring paradise on earth, beginning in their hearts. And I would like to ask all of you to continue praying, especially at this moment, for those who are in really special need for prayer. Yeah. Prayer is one of the most important things that we need to do at this time. And that's why I would like you to always follow the teachings of Meishu-sama way to live. Like this one, where Meishu-sama says, those who guide others with kindness, love, and impartiality, no matter who they may be, act in accordance with God's will. To deceive others is the same as stealing their rightful possessions. All such acts are betrayals. And Meishu-sama continues, become one who can bear any hardship or misunderstanding with a smile, as though it were nothing. I understand this is one of the most difficult things to do, for you to bear any hardship with a smile. But this is what we need to do, especially for your own heart, for your own health. If you want to have a good health, always try to smile, be in a good mood, so that it's good for your health, for your heart, and it helps you to grow and grow more and more spiritually. Because, as Meishu-sama says, God trains and disciplines those who have some great mission to accomplish by giving them many lessons to learn, many difficult problems to overcome. So whenever you find yourself full with problems and difficult situations, decisions, there is always God's hands behind all this, giving you a big mission, helping you to learn how to deal with situations. Of them all, and Meishu-sama says also that I think the hardest lesson for anyone to learn is the controlling of indignation at some wrong committed against oneself, when somebody does something bad to you. An individual should realize that the more he or she experiences things that must be borne in silence, the greater the mission in life must be. When you reach the point where you can bear any injustice, any humiliation calmly, without giving way to anger, you have passed the first stage in your spiritual training. Someone says, if you really want to know if you're growing, if your spirit are growing, if you are elevating, if you are reaching higher levels spiritually, there's a way to check that. Just check how much you can bear, how much you can control your own ego, how much you can control when somebody does something to you that makes you upset, and how much you can control. When you can bear any situation, you can keep yourself calm. That means you're growing more and more spiritually. So that's why Meishu-sama says, it's the learning of self-control. Remember that God trains all those who he has specially chosen through trials. So whatever irritates you or offends you, That is his way of motivating your character. This is the attitude of one who trusts in God. So believe me, things are not doing well, good, people are irritating you, or things are not very positive for you, there is always something for you to learn. God is training you for a better and better life. With this, I would like to thank you all very much for attending this evening service and reminding you that this coming Sunday, monthly appreciation and ancestral service. And tomorrow we will be having our morning service at 10 a.m. So thank you all very much for attending this service. And this brings to a conclusion this evening service. Thank you everyone for joining us, and we wish you a very blessed evening.